Hey there. It's a little past 10 p.m. and I'm still in Austin, Texas, camping out. And yeah, I just wanted to ramble a little bit, share some thoughts. Today's Sunday, and there's always a drum circle on Sunday, so I just kind of left the drum circle a little over an hour ago and wanted to get food. So I went to a grocery store right before they were closing and got some fruit. And then I wanted more food, so I went to another grocery store that was still open. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Sitting in a little park area near the grocery store, eating a honeydew melon. I just had a quarter of a watermelon, and I'm stuffed because I just ate a ton of fruit from these different stores. I thought for sure I was going to come and get some cooked food because I was really craving some, but I managed to just grab some melons and stuff my belly and make it out without doing that. And now I don't feel like eating anything, so I feel good the rest of the night. But yeah, I think having these late night cravings is something that I tend to not want to share with people. There have definitely been times where I've been up past midnight, going to grab snacks, usually because I feel emotional or something comes up. Usually if an expectation doesn't get met, or if I have plans that don't end up happening, then I tend to want to eat food. Yeah, I want to share my love for this honeydew melon. It's the best honeydew melon I've had in a long time. It's so sweet. It tastes like artificial syrup. It tastes unnaturally sweet. Crazy. I love melons because I can get so full, past the point I can get on any food. It feels so bloated, and then 20 minutes later I feel great and want to eat more of it. And I also want to share my love for the city of Austin and how, I don't know, the people are so cool. The city is amazing. I love all the gatherings that are happening. Today I went to an ecstatic dance outside in the park in the morning, and then went to the drum circle tonight. And there's just dances happening all the time outside at parks, and just really cool people and things to do. And gatherings without masks and things like that, which are really nice. So I have a couple things on my mind, and one of them has to do with the idea of courage versus confidence. I think we all want to feel confident, and that's probably when we feel like everything's going well for us and we're doing life pretty well. Now I think of confidence as being sort of like a plateau point or something. I think it's great to have confidence in some things, but I don't think that I would want to stay in some state of confidence all the time, because I feel like that would be a very slow progression to try, and there's not much evolution that comes from confidence, and that I think life really rewards courage more than pretty much anything else. And if you're really confident in your life right now and everything that you're doing right now, then you're probably not making a whole lot of progress. And I think that the most growth and progressions come from just kind of being bold and going into the unknown, and really kind of going forward into your fears and what you really want to do in the moment. I feel like I lack courage in a lot of ways, and I also feel like I am probably more courageous than most people in a lot of ways also. Another topic that's been on my mind is the topic of truth, and how a lot of words like truth and different other words kind of have lost a lot of their meaning for me, just because I think I'm feeling more into an integrated type of like way of being, I guess. And I just don't see or hear anything that is not the truth. Like, I don't know how to distinguish truth from not truth, and I don't really think that there is such a thing as like either of those things. And I guess I think that even if someone's telling you a blatant lie, that's still like the truth of the moment. So now, when people tend to ask me if I think something is true or not, I think in my mind I just think, I don't even know what that means. How could something not be true? Or like, how could anything be true? Or how could they even be separate from each other? I imagine that maybe that might not make a lot of sense to a lot of people. But it seems like there's just something beyond this idea of truth. It seems like waving your like flag of truth around is sort of like, come and join my side. I have the answers. I know the truth. Like, if you think that you know the truth, then I'm probably not very interested in what you have to say. I'm more interested in just like discovering and unfolding what feels alive in the moment. And that feels like the closest thing, if there's such a thing as truth. It's just like, what am I feeling right now? And how am I relating to everything and everyone around me in this moment? I think my mind doesn't really work anymore like, is this true or not true? It's more like, do I personally resonate with what's happening or what's being said or not? Knowing that I don't feel like anything that I have to say is true or not true. I think that freedom and exploration feel like more of a value to me than truth or like peace even. I think I was just all about seeking peace before, and now I don't really care that much about peace. It's nice to feel peaceful, and it's nice to feel a bunch of other things as well for me. And I tend to not care as much about peace for everyone and everything as I do like about freedom and exploration for everyone and everything. Even if everything is super chaotic, I feel like having the freedom to do anything that anybody wants is how we progress the quickest. Like, if everything was peaceful, then we would also like kind of plateau, and there's just like infinite levels to reality, I believe. And yeah, there's like no such thing as a top point. Like, we've reached the highest form of consciousness. It just keeps going on forever. And so if you're in a time of complete peace, I'm sure there can definitely be a lot of advancement in that without having war or things like that. And it doesn't even have to be like a massive scale thing like war, but just like internal emotions and things seems to create a massive like quantum leap in evolution. Like, your capacity to be able to hold peace and love in your heart is only as deep as your capacity to be able to hold fear and darkness and all of that. And so when you do things like psychotherapy and a lot of meditation and shadow work and things like that, you're really like digging a deeper hole, not just to be able to be with your shadow and be comfortable with your shadow, but also to be able to hold more light and peace and things like that. And it's kind of this thing that tends to like wobble back and forth, but I don't think it ever ends. I think that there's just higher and higher versions of it in evolution. It seems like if you want to grow, then there pretty much has to be challenge, or else you'll just stay the same. There has to be some form of conflict, no matter how mild. Just like an opposing idea or belief. And I imagine once you reach a point of total unification, then the next highest step in evolution is to basically divide yourself and put yourself in a dualistic reality where you can experience other things that you just can't experience when you're unified and know everything. Like, what's it like to not know anything? And that's kind of getting into the depth of infinity and what true limitlessness is, basically. Because if you know everything, then that's not complete limitlessness. That's not like complete freedom. Limitlessness would also be the freedom to not know. Like, if there's not a reality where you don't know, then you're limited. By knowing everything and experiencing everything at once, you're limited to what you can experience in that. As human beings, we're experiencing a reality that a unified sort of like whole being can't experience. So who's freer? To me, it seems like we all have an equal level of freedom. So I think that's all I'm going to share for right now. I've got more thoughts, but I'll make other videos for that. Thank you for watching this, and talk with you in the next video.